What's the mindset, what's the mood right now, considering what just happened at Tallahassee?
It hurts, but you got to go on. That's a pain that I don't think no one on this team will ever forget. We played our heart out. We really thought we was gonna go in there and get a win, but we came up short. But this week, especially yesterday, we took on the approach of we're gonna move on and not gonna let a one loss beat us twice.
I mean, Coach Sweeney said in the press conference today that luckily the season doesn't end in September.
Yeah.
So the goals maybe perhaps are off the table, but are you guys motivated by the fact there's a lot of football left to be played? You can perhaps salvage the season and make some positive.
Yes, it's just like Coach Sweeney said. We're going to try to make this the best 9-game season possible. We're 1-2 right now, but all we can do is look ahead to the next 9 games and have the best season we can possibly have.
Will it be difficult going against a North Carolina team that perhaps moves at a faster tempo than your own offense does?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be difficult, but it also helps that we got an offense that actually moves fast also. So that'll help us in preparation, but you can never simulate what they do as an offense. So we would just go out there and try to do the best we can, prepare for them, and do everything that the coaches ask.
What do you make of this quarterback battle?
I just put it in the coaches' hands. I trust that they're going to make the best decision. I know they're going to put us in the best position to win games.
Do you feel more comfortable with one or the other?
No, that's something I can't control. I'm on the defensive side of the ball, and so I just go out on defense, regardless where the ball at, where the spot at, we just go out and try to get the ball back for the offense so they can score.
Do you guys feel like you have a great opportunity against North Carolina, considering what just happened to them? You guys lost a tough game, but they got blown out of the water by ECU, and you have a chance to really come in and just capitalize on a team that perhaps is down on their luck right now, and perhaps really even more so than you guys.
Yeah, it's the same situation with them. They're not going to try to let one loss beat them twice, and we're not going to try to let one loss beat us twice. So both of the teams are going to go out and try to play their best in preparation and just try to prove a point, try to get back on that winning streak.
Does it help that the next 3 games are in Death Valley? You got to imagine, you guys look at the schedule, this is a great opportunity to really respond to be in the friendly confines of your own stadium the next 3 weeks.
Yes, just being home is always good. It's always a different feeling when you got your own fans around you, and just being in Death Valley. I always said since I was a freshman, since the first time I ran down the hill, it's just a special feeling that whenever you play on the road, it's just not the same feeling. But when you hear it running down the hill and with the Clemson fans, it's just a whole different atmosphere. So I believe we'll have that 12th man factor, which will be our fans to help us throughout these next couple games.
There's probably been a lot of focus on the offense and some of the mistakes they had at Florida State. Defensively, there were a few miscues, and in overtime, it seemed Florida State, it was that quick. Like that, game was over. Is there some disappointment for as well as you guys played? You guys also had a couple plays you could turn to and say, man, I wish we would have done some things different.
Yeah, of course. That's in every game. We wish we could have a couple of those plays back. But, it is what it is now. We can't focus on Florida State now. It's gone. Unfortunately, I won't be able to play no more against Florida State, and those guys just have to wait till next year to focus back on Florida State. So we're just going to move on, flip the page, and worry about UNC right now.
You've seen a lot of cornerbacks here. McKenzie played a pretty good game Saturday night. Is he the kind of guy that will eventually grow into the shutdown corner, the guy that will take him the fire side of the field away?
I think he can. He was a freshman going against one of the, going to be one of the top receivers in this year's draft, and he proved a point. All up until that one play, I felt like he really had a good grasp on Rashard Green, and Rashard Green is a great player, and that's kudos to McKenzie, because that's the type of player he is. He goes out day in and day out to try to be the best player, and whenever he gets a challenge, he always try to make the most of it.
We're not with you guys in filming him out on practice. What is he like in preparation, off the field? What kind of personality does he have?
I can tell you that I watch a lot of film, and I see him all the time. So I can pretty much tell you that, he's watching film, and, he's a freshman. And that just to tell you his understanding of the game and what it takes in order to prepare for a game. So I know anytime I'm walking into the building, I'll see him there. I'm leaving, I'll see him there. It's been numerous of times I'm walking in at the same time as him, or I'll go in Coach Reed's office to watch film, and he's already there. I'm like, man, you taking my spot. This is where I watch film at. But you love things like that, because you're playing with a guy who loves it just as much as you do.
The secondary last year had a lot of busts, a lot of glitches against Florida State. To the naked eye, it looked like you guys were almost a mirror, or I guess did a 180 between last year and this year. Can you describe sort of the transformation of the secondary, the back four, from maybe this time last year to this year?
We just, from the beginning year on this team, everybody labeled the secondary as the question. And since the beginning of the spring, we knew that we had to step up. And, in order to win big games like that, we can't be the weak link. It gotta be one defense, not just D-line or linebackers team. We can't have a weak link on the team, and we didn't want that at all. So we knew what we was gonna get. We knew we was gonna get challenged. We knew they was gonna make catches and make plays, but we was gonna compete the whole night regardless of what happened. And I feel like we did a good job throughout the whole game of competing. They got some catches, but we also made some plays too. And I think throughout the season that's going to carry on, and that's just going to lead up to even more plays and being more aggressive and even making more plays in the back end.
In terms of the coverage, you guys haven't watched the film. Was it as good as it seemed? I mean, were there a bunch of busts out there? Or did you guys generally get your assignments right on that?
No, it wasn't a bunch of busts at all. I don't think we had no MAs actually. So that means, everybody understand their assignments and what they had to do. Of course, you can go back and look at technique and footwork. It's never a perfect game. No player will ever play a perfect game at all. So it's always something to correct all the time.